It was good, dog. This will be the last time I say that for a while. I apologize to everyone that I may have jump scared by my mere physical manifestation. I have not sat in front of a camera and talked to you all since 2022. I know I look very gay at the moment, but long story short, what you're seeing now is the prime example of what happens to a man who just finished his first semester of college. Anyway, enough of the way I look. Today, we're going to be talking about my journey as a member of the YouTube gameplay commentary community. I wanted to note down my thoughts and reflect on everything I've learned, as well as address the future of this channel. Spoiler alert, if you don't have the time to watch through this whole video, then I will say it right here and now. Yes, this is the end of weekly uploads, but also slop commentary videos as a whole. The rest of this video will be me talking about how we got here and the future of this channel. So let's just jump right into it. Most of you are unaware of my old channel where I uploaded on that from 2017 to 2021 and abandoned it to upload here on Professor T, as well as Tiny Teagues where I upload whatever I want. But of course, for the first 5 months it wasn't quite going to plan. My videos weren't getting as many views as I thought they would. My best friend at the time would tell me that my videos were too niche and wouldn't reach the audience I'd want because there was no way for me to stand out. So I took a break from YouTube and made my New Year's resolution to take it easy for a little while and think about what I was doing. This happened to be a time where tension between someone and their neighbor was at an all-time high. Everyone was miserable about the state of the world now that we were finally moving away from the pandemic. Everyone felt as if they needed to share their opinion about something. It has become trendy to act like a pseudo-intellectual and give your 2 cents on how to be a good person as well as how to run a country. I happen to be caught in the center of all these shit, as most people were, and of course, the more you hang around mentally ill people, the more you yourself will feel mentally ill. So I spoke out about what I thought regarding the state of society. So moving from the spring and on to the summer of 2022, I decided I was going to upload again. But not just one video. I was going to record and edit 5 different videos and upload them every single week. They were 3 gameplay commentary videos, 1 photography presentation, and 1 vlog of me and my parents in San Francisco. Luckily, they didn't get very many views, so I was safe from criticism. I had fun making those videos as a warm-up before officially getting back to uploading real content like I used to. So after getting through the rest of 2022 uploading monthly again, I considered making another big decision I wasn't sure I'd regret or not. That decision being that I wanted to permanently switch to gameplay commentary to prioritize quantity over quality. This was odd because my videos for several years were all about quality over quantity. Why the drastic switch? Well, it all goes back to views. The attention I got online was the only thing I thought about. It was often disappointing to work on a video for an entire month, put my heart and soul into it, then upload it, only for it to get a view count similar to the amount of kids in each of my classes in school. I began to question why I would want to continue uploading in the first place for a very long time, even before I started my new YouTube channel, Professor Teagues. YouTube stopped being fun all the way back in the summer of 2019, but it was something I had grown up with, so why stop? To this very day, as I sit here, I cannot imagine a world without YouTube. Whether that involves consuming or creating, it's something that's been a part of my life as well as the lives of everyone else my age for as long as we can remember. So here's the climax of the story, the moment we've all been supposedly waiting for. From the start of 2023 to the present day, I've uploaded weekly commentary slop talking about relevant topics regarding YouTube drama, politics, and pseudo-politics. This is the longest I've gone without taking a real break ever. Whenever I'd go on vacation, I'd work ahead of time and do a schedule upload so I wouldn't lose my streak. When I was in Miami, I brought my mom's laptop so I could edit my VR chat interviews whenever I had downtime in the hotel room. I wanted to prove to the world as well as myself that I'm capable of treating YouTube as a job for more than a year, and I've absolutely crushed it. This YouTube grind has been the biggest commitment I've made in my life, besides school, church, and playing Fortnite almost every day to unlock every possible Battle Pass skin to style and secret skin that requires you to do challenges. The problem with YouTube is that from the very beginning I found various ways to use making videos as an excuse to get out of social events or even spend time with my family. This habit has slowed down since my self-improvement era in 2022, but the commentary grind that had begun the following year reignited this bad habit without me realizing it for a while. It never got as extreme as it used to be in middle school, but it was enough to where I've sacrificed portions of my social life, especially with the people at church. That's probably one of the most significant things that has me convinced that I should step back from YouTube again. Enough about me, let's talk about the commentary community for a minute. The commentary community is considered to be one of the most competitive and saturated communities on YouTube right now. Similar to mainstream news, everyone must hop on the latest bit of news that no one cares about and then turn out with a lot of views and a lot of money. If you don't get on the topic first, then you're doomed to fail from the start. There are quite a few videos I've made that got uploaded before the biggest in the game, being Moist Critical, Optimus, Achido, Pyrocynical, and more. But these videos would fail to break out of the 4 or 5 digit view counts. Could it be due to the fact that my channel is too small to be recommended to a million people that have at least 100,000 of those people click on my video? Probably. But I shouldn't complain too much, since 25,000 views on my most popular video is the best I've done on any social media platform. That right there is the equivalent of maybe a million views on TikTok. But yet again, I do know a few people from school that have gotten more than a million views on their Instagram. I still have big shoes to fill. Part of why I wanted to do minimalist slop commentaries because it's more likely to get views if I rush it out the day of a big story, as opposed to spending a whole month working on a documentary about something that'll be irrelevant after a few days. 1 month is literally the equivalent of 10 years in internet time. So making high quality content is probably the least profitable method as a YouTuber who makes commentary videos. Unless you hire multiple editors, but who has the money for that? So with all that in mind, is short form content the way to go? I mean, I guess, but it's not like I want to. The whole point of YouTube Shorts is to branch out and collect more recognition. But that doesn't necessarily mean your long videos will get more views. I have a relatively long history of experimenting on TikTok in particular, and going viral can be easy if you make it easy. All you need to do is think of something engaging for people to get immediately hooked, then stretch out the video with them under the impression that something will come at the end of the video. I probably shouldn't go more into detail though. I'm clearly not the best person for advice when it comes to knowing how to go viral. This is my journey just as much as yours. An important aspect about my videos that I want to address is that everything I say seems to get misinterpreted and slandered in my comment section. I go more into detail about this in my previous video from last week going over my best and worst videos. At first, I had no idea why my views on things like the LGBT community, abortion, or the concept of political alignment would be heavily criticized by everyone. This happens to be another aspect that causes my video to be suppressed in the algorithm after getting somewhere between 800 and 5,000 views, because everyone will just hit the dislike button, then YouTube will take that as, oh, this must not be good to show to people. But for a video that gets a lot of likes, it gets pushed more and more, causing up to 200,000 people to be recommended my Black or Chinese video whether or not they clicked on it. But somewhere in the middle of the timeline, I talked to my mom about why people in my government class hate me so much, and she explained to me that when I talk about something I'm heavily knowledgeable about, I need to explain it in a way for everyone else to understand. Kind of like how a lot of conservative political commentators will integrate religion into every single argument they make, despite the opposition having little to no understanding of religion themselves. So I took the words from my mother to heart and tried to change the way I present. I even attempted to add more substance to the things I say by doing research and affirming my points with actual data and statistics in regards to whatever I was talking about. This unfortunately wouldn't last long, as my videos were always meant to be minimalist, so then the criticism would continue to increase. So at this point, it seems I'm only able to communicate my thoughts properly through writing it out all in the form of a script, which is also something I rarely ever do. At a certain point, I gave up trying to convince people to join my side of the argument, so I got even lazier and made videos for the sake of making them without too much consideration of what others. My lack of care for the things I say quickly became the norm on my channel, as all I cared about was the views and engagement. I didn't care if what I was putting out there was high quality. My channel turned into a platform for saying literally whatever I wanted, with rarely any muzzle being put on in order to prevent misinterpretations from happening in the first place. Even though I'm an adult now, I am still in my teen years, because I'm 18, so I am still developing as a person. But for the past 2 years, I've developed my behavior and beliefs so much to the point where I don't portray myself as this Professor Teague's character as much anymore, when speaking to people in real life. The interviews being an exception, of course, but overall, I'm becoming my own person outside of the internet. I would like to detach myself from Professor Teague's almost completely from now on, so I can actually become an adult. I've been making more friends at church, work, and college, so much in fact that I don't feel as if I need to be something I'm not anymore. I don't feel the need to be mean or toxic on the internet. It turns out that I actually enjoy talking to people about normal things that don't always relate to politics or degeneracy. In short, I look forward to detaching myself from YouTube for the first time in 2.5 years. If I want to get on the grind of adulthood, I need to prioritize the things that really matter, because I don't see YouTube giving me a long-term career anytime soon. This brings me to my next point that sheds light on the fact that it's extremely hard to convert someone to your side. We're in an era of history where most people choose to be closed-minded amidst certainty of their own views on the world. It doesn't apply to everyone, of course, but when you make consistent rage bait videos like me, you'll see that no one's minds will be shifted when get them mad. The most effective way I've learned to get arguments across is by debating. This is something I haven't done a whole lot, but for the times I did, debates either at school or on the internet with strangers, I would learn a lot about their own perspectives and why they think the way they do. So with all that being said, there are definitely some things I also need to learn about people who disagree with me. But in the end, practice makes perfect. So if I grind this argumentative debating or video essay stuff, then a few years down the line, I will become the next think before you sleep. But right now, I am not well respected as a political commentator, let alone a commentator in general. I am obviously not the only political commentator. In fact, I mostly repeat other things I hear from people and brand them as my own views, which they are my own views, but they were salvaged from someone else's opinion. But with that being said, I am also not the only person that has had this spiritual and conservative awakening in recent history. The 2024 election, and just about everything leading up to it during Joe Biden's presidency, is what proved to a large majority of Americans that the woke left has fallen, and they have no idea what they're doing anymore. He began to alienate normal people by saying that they're evil if they don't vaccinate their children, indoctrinate them with radical politics, or even if they choose to have children at all. Those are just some examples of how normies got fed up with the left. Others began to see how our economic policies and non-authoritarian relationships with foreign nations have screwed the United States over more than we initially realized. Clips of Donald Trump would occasionally resurface with him talking about how he prevented multiple wars from escalating or happening altogether. And wouldn't you know it, people went out and voted, which ultimately got Trump so many electoral votes that he's swimming in it. People have woken up. Not in the liberal way. And I couldn't be more proud to be on the winning side of history. I guess what I'm saying is that I've done my part, you've done yours, and that should be the end of it. Of course, the battle has been won, but the war is long from over. Progressive, liberals, wokies, leftists, Democrats, all of them. Not all, of course. They're going to try everything in their power to keep pushing America into a direction that it does not need to be in. Another thing that makes me want to stop is the fact that I'm currently in my first year of college. A lot of people worry about their future and how their superiors will see them once they do a background check on social media to see if they're working with a terrorist or neo-Nazi. In the back of my mind, I understand that it isn't ideal for an employer to look at my social media and see all the right-wing related stuff I post. So, I have debated on wiping everything out of existence that happens to be public, but at the same time, a part of me doesn't really care what people think. If I'm in the middle of a job interview to work retail and the employer thinks I might be problematic because I said on the internet that I believe abortion is murder and Americans should have the right to own semi-automatic rifles, then I'll pack my things and work elsewhere. It is very likely that employers in most businesses won't care about my public conservative values, especially since I live in a moderately conservative county. But in the context of college, from now and until 2028, I'm being held captive by some of the most cancerous cesspits full of communists, potheads, and social justice warriors. I need to serve my 4-year sentence as a college student with an apolitical mindset as to not affect my chances of graduating. So far, I think I'm already failing at this, if I'm being honest. I'm alright at acting, but not nearly dedicated enough to act like a femboy every single day in order for people to think I fit right into a progressive college environment. I am constantly having conversations with my conservative college friends about political or religious stuff, so my chances of being apolitical are already ruined. On top of that, I've completely torn my own mask off in one of my major classes and had discussions with people on assignments about the LGBT community, black oppression, poverty, all that stuff. Wouldn't you know it, I didn't get kicked out. Everyone's surprised, I can be honest about what I believe in the wokest class I have. What does all this have to do with YouTube? Well, if it isn't obvious, I want to withdraw from YouTube commentary. Not necessarily YouTube as a whole, but just all this political stuff so I can relax and get on my adulthood grind. More likely than not, I'll be uploading a little more on my second channel with whatever I feel like uploading. As for the main channel, I want to maybe work on videos that involve putting my heart and soul into them. So yes, this might involve commentary videos, but with a face cam. And more of a fun premise with the purpose to entertain rather than inform. If you look at my original uploads, then you'll see what I mean, but overall, I want to work on videos on my own terms rather than being bound to a schedule. Like I said towards the beginning of this video, I cannot live without YouTube. And there's no such thing as retiring, because not being able to create makes me go insane. The process of making a single video may take longer than a month, maybe even the better part of a year, but it will all be worth it as I strive to create a timeless masterpiece. I will be able to talk about whatever I want like usual, but in a way that allows for me to do it in the best way I possibly can. If my subscribers are able to adapt to this, that's great. If I get brand new viewers that feel the need to subscribe for more documentaries, that's amazing. I feel as if this is the best way for me to reignite the passion I once had to be an artist, as well as a YouTuber. I don't want to be motivated by views anymore. I want to be motivated to expand my portfolio and get my foot out into the world of showing everyone what I'm made of. I put more effort into some of my recent gaming videos and vlogs over the course of a week or two. The slop needs to stop. How did it get to the point where the one and only Professor Teagues is creating gaming videos that require more effort and resources than a simple commentary video? I've gone through many changes before, so it's time for at least one more. I guess that's about it then. I wanted to talk about a lot more stuff in this video, but I'm cutting it short because this isn't the end. This is a new era of Professor Teagues, similar to how Taylor Swift has eras. My next upload on this channel will be miles down the road. How many miles? I don't know. Like I said, I'm uploading on my own terms. Who knows, maybe I'll start streaming again. Maybe I can multi-stream on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch. So with that all being said, sub to the second channel, follow the Rumble, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, and join the Discord server. Anyways, bye-bye. Part of why I wanted to do minimalist to the left, to the right, on the edge. It's a brand new world. It's a brand new world. An important aspect about my videos that I want to address is that the alphabet spaghetti community, the gay people that suck each other off and snip their peepees off, and they At first, I had no idea why my views on things like the LGBT community, abortion, or the concept of no. Drink some water. Writing it out. So at this point, it seems I'm only able to communicate my thoughts properly through writing it out on the No, please, no, please. Autism is my superpower. Of their own views on the world. I feel as if this is the best way for me to reignite the passion I once had as an artist. Oh my gosh, to be an artist. I need to serve my 4-year sentence as a college student with an apolitical mindset. Mindset? What is a mindset? No! Sub to the second channel, follow the